Before the video starts, I would recommend the Holy Bible to read at the end of video. Please check out the link in the description. I am bestowing upon you today, the Father says, the spirit of control and authority from the throne in this season. I am doing this via this season. You are not required to continue to suffer in grief or remain in the same place any longer. A downpour of happiness is on its way. I am bringing my sudden ties online in your life, and as I do so, obstacles are being lifted and swept out of the path. Everything that other people have sought and dreamed of in my kingdom is now being made visible in your life in a way that is truly remarkable. Where do you stand? From this point forward, everything will be different, says God, so pay attention. I will overshadow you, transform you, and lift you out of the tribulation and captivity into the blessing place that I have planned for you for this time and this hour, says God. Listen to the still tiny voice while I accomplish all of these things. Take a look around you. As angel activity in your circumstance picks up to a blazing pace, you should anticipate the occurrence of those things that are out of the ordinary and one of a kind. At this very now, the resources of my kingdom and the wealth of my spirit are being brought to bear on your behalf. Change is on the horizon. Now that your hopes are being realized and a shift is occurring, the change that you have pleaded for and cried out for is coming to the surface. Yes, God says, my trumpet blast is now calling for a shift in the status quo. I heaved a sigh and felt heartbreak. There will be no more confusion or misinformation. There will be no more deficiencies, or shortage. Your next step is now supported by the unwavering confidence of the heavenly vaults, and you will not be let down in any way, under any circumstances. As of today, the Father has declared, I am your banner. As your Jehovah Nissi, I am here. I will make it clear to the adversary that your life should be considered my territory. Whenever a banner is raised, all of the forces that are under the command of the monarch will gather at that particular spot. From this point forward, you are going to experience a great deal of evidence of the supernatural in your life. Evidence of angel activity will be there in your senses of hearing, seeing, feeling, and even tasting at times. Your life is being watched over by an angel who says, I have come for your words. The Father says, give me something to work with, so I will continue. In your life, the angels who have been standing around with their arms folded are going to stand up and rise up to receive new commissioning. Prepare yourselves, says the Father. Prepare for it. A bundle of bills that are wrapped in a bank wrapper is held by one of them. Someone else is listening to your heart while holding a stethoscope in their hand. He gives a little shake of his head and announces the presence of another set of angels, who then position themselves in front of you like blockers in a football game. The Father calls out to us, it is time to run. Have a good run, and don't look back. Now is the time for you to be commissioned. You are not a Christian who practices the outside court, the Father says to you today. Not only is it not your responsibility, but it is also not your domain. You have served your time in the religion of the outer court, but now I am inviting you not only into the holy place, but into the holiest of holies, where the presence of my Shekinah is the only source of illumination. My home is in the depths of darkness, and I am urging you to venture into territory that others are reluctant to explore. I will reveal the hidden riches to you in different locations. You are going to be aware of it, and you are going to walk into the dense darkness of hidden areas where I am the only one who resides, and you are going to emerge with a blank checkbook of my blessing in your life. It is going to be necessary for you to ask me, says the Father, and I dare you to ask for something that I am willing to provide without question. The shift. I am writing the word change across your life. Change is not something that is dangerous, rather, change is actually good. I would like to explain what I mean by the terms shift, transition, and commissioning in your life. According to the Father, I am putting you on a mission, and the time for your blessing has arrived. However, with every blessing comes the obligation of serving the kingdom. I will take you by the hand and walk you off your map into a whole new geography of blessing and fulfillment in my purposes if you are prepared to say, "Here I am, Lord, send me." I will take you by the hand and walk you off your map. You will be given permission to do the same things that you have witnessed other people doing today, according to the Father. I am engaging in training, bestowing gifts onto you, and activating you. You will be able to recognize my voice and see with such clarity that even those who are the most suspicious of the things that God has to offer will be amazed. Your life is starting to become more fluid with the gifts that the Spirit has bestowed upon you. The new season brings with it a fresh set of challenges. Not only will you be taught, but you will also be teaching others before you feel as though you are mature enough to do so. The Father declares that many are called, but only a select few are selected. The feast is open to a large number of people, but only a select few are ready to trouble themselves. Beloved, I am rearranging your life so that it is more conducive to my service, says the Father. I will bring you to a place of humility where you will spiritually wash the feet of a great number of people. As you reply to my call, I will fulfill those things in your life that were promised, and not a single word that I have sown into your life will fall to the ground. This is a deep calling to deep time, says the Father, and as you respond to my call, thus I will fulfill those things. The Father has revealed to you today that I am speaking to you in the same manner as the monarch of old addressed Esther, to the half of my kingdom. I am bringing the favor of the king over your life like a welcoming mantle of enablement. The scepter is being lowered toward you, and I am bringing it here. Prepare yourself, prepare yourself, prepare yourself, because today is a new day, and I am going to lead you in a fresh and exciting way. It is getting close to the end of the days of adhering to principles and precepts, and the days of leaping and celebrating are just around the corner. Allow your faith to leap today, says the Father, since fear is looking at you. The wind of my Spirit is starting to blow, and there is a new path and a new direction heading in the right direction. The Father instructs us to let rid of the anchor and loosen it. Give me permission to bring you into my profound purposes, which have been predetermined for you from the beginning of the world. I am guiding you in a new path that will bring blessings into your life and cause you to be a blessing to a great number of people. The Father declares to the 50% of my kingdom that you will not be refused this offer. The Father wants you to know that the benefits of my generosity are soon to be realized in your life. A visit from my kindness is on its way to you, and it will remedy every deficiency that you have encountered in your life, whether it be naturally, in your relationships, or spiritually. You have been parched and thirsty, and many have asked you, why can't you just be content with what you have? Another criticism that was made was that your lack of contentment was a sign that you lacked the maturity to deal with spiritual matters. Eagles, on the other hand, are not healthy enough to live in hen houses, according to the Father. Your hen coop religion is about to be replaced by the company of eagles, and I am pulling you out of it. It makes no difference if other people do not comprehend or get you because they did not comprehend either me or myself. I am bringing you to a place of rest, and I am purifying you from the past. I am wrapping you up in myself, and I am bringing you to a place of rest. In that rest, the Father continues, there will be an outpouring of good things that you have believed for, hoped for, and prayed for that is my now purpose in your life. This day, the Father tells you that you have the heart of the Father. The character of the Father is something that you possess, and it has been emotionally taxing for you. The troubles that break my heart are the same burdens that break your heart, and you move with a motivation that involves kindness. At a time when others are solely concerned with passing judgment and making accusations, you naturally seek redemption and the healing of lives. In the heavenly boardrooms, you are tasked with the responsibility of helping to rebuild the routes. According to what is written in the Bible, to reside in. It is your intention to visit those individuals who have been cast behind by the church, and the message that you will convey to them is that love is unfailing. As you continue to walk in this ministry, you are going to fully rid yourself of areas in your life that have been a source of failure. Because I will glue wings to your shoulders, similar to the wings of a paper airplane, you will be able to fly in places where you once crawled and occasionally hesitated. There is a writing skill on the inside of you that even you have not acknowledged. Begin to write and allow me to breathe upon that gift of communication that is within you, and you will become as another man, as King Saul was in the older days. The Father states that via your ministry part in the kingdom, many people will discover the strength, hope, and grace they need to continue on with their lives. The Father asks you to ascend to a higher level today. Please ascend to a higher level, says the Father, and hand over to me the mantle that I placed upon your shoulders when you were a young lady. According to the Father, this is the time for the change of assignment. I am changing you, and changing you again and again. When there is a lot of uncertainty on the surface, you are going to view things with fresh eyes and realize what is actually going on through the Holy Spirit. You are going to have the ability to look into the Spirit in the same way that a forward observer in a war zone does, and you are going to send down the artillery bombardments of heaven into the ranks of the enemy that are working against my intentions. For this day, I release a new and fresh seer anointing onto your life, and I will cause you to see into the future like reading tomorrow's headlines. You won't need the news or to pick up the telephone because I will cause you to know what is going to happen tomorrow. I will cause you to know what is going to happen tomorrow. You will look to see, sense to feel, and listen to hear my voice, and it will come out exactly that way. You will look to see, experience, and feel. You will be able to run exceptionally well in the race that is ahead of you and win the victor's crown that has been prepared for all those who place their trust in me. Every attack from hell and every trap that has been created against you will be revealed. Currently, the Father is stating that you are a worshiper. If you are the one who opens your mouth, then the sky will surely open up to you. Angels are bending low to listen to the assignments that the Father whispers in the melodies and songs that you surround yourself with because you are the kind of person who gives of yourself in praise and worship. You have the calling of the intercessor upon you, says the Father, and I want you to make yourself accessible to me in this ministry. I want you to be involved in this ministry. To the extent that you make yourself available to me, I will, in turn, make myself available to you in a manner that is unconventional and unexpected. Be prompt in your response to the prompting that comes from on high. It is important that you respond to me as quickly as possible. The amount of time it takes for me to respond to you will vary from day to day. Let your heart say to your soul, go ahead and seek the kingdom. As you go ahead and seek the kingdom, I will reshape your life and the environment around you for the purpose of blessing and breakthrough. Where there has been obstacle, restriction, and yes, there have been moments when you have even been disappointed. This day, the Father instructs us to be lifted up. Be lifted up, you everlasting gate, because the King of glory is on his way in. I am the King of the glory that is on the inside of you, says the Father, and it is my will to place your foot in the neck of your adversary. You have been deceived, and you have been cheated out of your money. In addition to being overlooked, you have been set at nothing. You have received criticism, and you have been excluded from the conversation. I am going to bring you to the forefront of the stage in a strong move of my Spirit that will redefine for those who are immediately surrounding you what it is to have glory and power in the ways of God. The Father has stated that the shift has arrived today. I want you to be aware that the way you are going to live your life is about to shift. Next, you will be walking on firm land, and then you will be traversing a river that is rushing. Although you may have a sense of unease as a result of this transition, the Father wants you to know that His everlasting arms are beneath you, giving you with comfort and stability. Constantly keep in mind that change is not change unless it finally becomes change. The things that are about to happen to you are changes that are essential for your development, even though they could leave you feeling out of breath at times. Even when you do not have all the answers and you are unable to see the way forward, you should continue to maintain a place of faith. It is possible that I will engage in activities that perplex your understanding, yet, in the end, they will fulfill your heart and spirit. Consequently, pay close attention to the voice of the Father, as He is speaking more clearly in your life. While you are following in His footsteps, you should not be concerned about the challenges that may be placed in your path. It is only when you let go of control that the Father will lead you to a destination that is unexpected and satisfying. Today, the Father says, I am going to make a change in the way that your life is going to proceed. Throughout your life, you have been someone who has persevered without looking back, endured without complaining, and kept an expecting faith without wavering. As of this moment, the Father declares that the time has come for you to harvest the things that you have planted. There is no need to be afraid, says the Father, since I have witnessed you in the hidden location and heard the prayers that you have never shared with anyone else. I am coming into your life to address and transform every issue that is on your prayer list that you seem to use over and over again. This is your day, this is your hour, and this is your season, says the Father. This is your time here on earth. Today, the Father tells you that you have been traveling on a fairly level plane in life for a considerable amount of time. Despite the fact that I have prevented your foot from stumbling, the landscape has not changed overall. A question that you have pondered is, Father, when are the things that you have promised and placed in my heart going to come to me? Not only are you a person who is driven by ambition, but you also have a great deal of passion. Certain others have expressed the opinion that your vision does not adequately reflect the concept of humility, as if to imply that you are walking in pride. However, the Father encourages my beloved to dream of a more expansive dream. You should allow your expectations to become the orbital spacecraft that propels you to a higher level. In addition to being promoted in favor and influence, you will also be promoted in terms of your health promotion. If you allow me to open your mouth, then I will let my wisdom flow out. When others hear and pay attention to what you have to say, they will ask you to serve in significant positions in order to bring about crucial kingdom projects.